These are Bosu squats done on the wrong side of the Bosu ball. Try to do 1 to 3 sets of 24 reps. Go nice and slow. Try to touch the rim of the Bosu ball. Try to get the chatter out of your legs. Look for neuromuscular control as you go, as if you're going up on the recovery for your next stroke, and then as you drive under control. All right, this is a progression to the last exercise. They're the wrong-sided Bosu squats again, but now we have a kettlebell, as heavy as you can take it, and we're alternating arms. So we have a unilateral load where the feet and the legs have to stabilize, get the chatter out, get those legs quiet. We're on the wrong side of the Bosu ball, so our feet are flat like they are in a foot stretcher. And again, we're just kind of creeping up onto the recovery for the next stroke and try to touch that kettlebell to the floor if you can, as we try to increase the range of the back and the legs to get that longer stroke and that longer catch. One arm kettlebell clean. We're trying to produce power out of each side of the body here, driving through both feet as if they're in the foot stretchers. We're probably going to do 3 sets of 8. We want a metabolic interval here. We want to get huffy. We want to have a pretty heavy kettlebell. We want to be able to drive that thing up efficiently. And again, produce power out of each side of the body, driving into those foot stretchers, which are our ground reaction force at the feet. But again, try to keep it even. Now try those same kettlebell cleans, but this time on an unstable surface. So I've chosen a surface a little more stable than that upside down Bosu ball, but still unstable. We want to mimic the random and variable forces we get in a cruise shell, especially in a skull, as you try to balance through your core and your feet, and you have to produce drive through these moving dynamic surfaces, and we're producing unilateral loads from one side of the body to the other while still driving through those foot stretchers to produce speed but under control. And you'll see how the ground reaction force and the feel through the foot stretchers here on the board feels very different than on the ground. Kettlebell snatch, great for producing power. Notice how I start from a clean rack position and then I do the swing power snatch. Use a pretty heavy weight, maybe 5 to 8 reps will be enough. But we really want to try to produce power and strength here. And so I'm just doing about 5 reps per side. And again, you would do maybe 3 sets of these if you can. But again, if you neurally begin to compensate, stop. Only do enough. Like I said, maybe enough weight for 5 to 8, which should fatigue you out pretty good. It's all well and good to produce power standing, but can we do that same kettlebell snatch on an unstable surface to begin to mimic the random variable surfaces and loads that our body has to compensate for when we drive and produce power in a cruise shell or a skull? Very different. So again, we're only looking for maybe 4 to 7 reps, maybe just 1 set, maybe 2 sets, 3 sets if you want to do it. Have plenty of rest in between. One arm snatch with an Olympic bar. Oh my goodness. We got to produce power here. We have to control it, that load, and you have a dynamic variable load up there that your wrist and forearm and shoulder and core down through your feet have to control which is beautiful for you scullers, which have those loads with that incredibly unstable surface that you have to row on and produce power and drive. And your only balance is going to come through those oars and how you can control that load, port and starboard, going through those hands and wrist and forearm. One arm snatch, load up. We're trying to find our 2 to 5 rep max to produce strength and power to get that wattage going. But that's it. Only 2 to 5 reps. Take a lot of rest in between. Eccentric clean on an unstable surface. The idea is to slowly lower the bar as if we're sneaking up on the recovery on our slide, trying to go deep into the catch. That's why we have that surface that's unstable. It allows us to go deeper into the catch. So here we go on the recovery. We're going to count for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we explode up. And again, the eccentric is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We drive through those foot stretchers on the catch, produce that power, and you can feel that dynamic variable load that your body has to compensate for and control with that Olympic bar. This is cable row, where each arm pulls its own stack. We're looking for about half your body weight if you can do it with each arm. We're going for power here. Also about 12 to 20 reps if you can do it. 3 sets. Now let's do that same 2-arm row, but put it on an unstable surface, stability ball, and even make it more unstable and pick up a leg. We'll do about 12 reps with each leg out. And again, the idea is to make the body, the core, through the pelvis, through the arms, through the power of the stroke, stabilize to mimic the dynamic variable loads we get in a sweep or cruise shell, and especially you scullers out there. All right, let's progress this even further and have a 1-arm, 1-leg contralateral row, meaning the left arm is rowing and the right leg is stabilizing with the left leg up, as you can see. The core has an enormous load to balance, and this will facilitate, especially for you scullers, the incredible dynamic loads you have through your pelvis and seat, and how to stabilize the boat while producing power. Very difficult. Trx Horizontal Row, we are definitely going for myofascial maximal strength here. And so you're looking for pretty much your body weight, maybe 2 to 6 reps. You can see me beginning to compensate about 4 or 5, and I was done. This is a Trx knuckle up tabletop row done for power. So now we're doing basically about 12 reps. 3 sets of these will be good. And we're going for just pure power, trying to produce wattage. And we've taken the load off from the last exercise, which was pure strength. And again, this is more for power, backing off some of the load, but just really going for it. This is a progression from the last exercise. It's a Trx tabletop row. You can see me jump in so I get proper loading here. And I'm on 1 leg. So now we have dynamic stabilization required through the core as I pull hard with power through my strokes in my knuckle up row. Here I switch legs now, and then we challenge the other side of the body. You can see me adjust as the body has to adjust to these dynamic stabilized loads as we produce power through the body, again to help sculling and rowing.